Create automatic income for life immediately. $100,000, $400,000, $600,000 a year, working from anywhere in the world with as much free time as you want. All of the trades you see on the ticker above me were made by traders.
Yeah, it was. Oh man, how about that Charlie Sheen roast?
That was pretty good too,
dude. So we taped it. Of course, I mean, I broke
That's epic.
Broke my fucking nose at the Charlie Sheen roast.
You're mad, man. You're insane. Oh,
dude, I love that. I'll tell that story too. But
William Shatner said, "Fuck, Steve."
Really?
William Shatner says, "What the fuck?"
Oh
what
my
the
God.
Yeah, it's classic. And so when we taped the Charlie Sheen roast, this part I think is so fucking funny. Like when it was like maybe like a week before it actually aired, after we taped it, and Charlie invited everybody that was involved with the roast to his house, this huge fucking mansion. You gotta remember this.
Charlie's house?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is like before shit got real crazy with him. It was after it got crazy at first, but before it got
super crazy.
Right.
He was crazy though still.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, he had everybody over to his house before we taped the roast and after when it aired. So it was before we taped the roast when I first met him, and we're at the house, and he like pulled me aside. He
Just
said,
a party?
Just to hang. It wasn't like a party Charlie Sheen style. It was more just like everybody meet before we work together.
Okay.
So we're at the Charlie Sheen's house. You know, the first time I met him there, he pulled me aside. He said, "You know, man, Steve-O, you and me, when we go down in flames, we don't fuck around." You know, like, and I felt like that was so cool. And then when
Steve, man, God damn.
Amazing.
And then when we were at his house to watch it, right, which was so crazy because he had that whole like fucking meltdown debacle with the 2.5 Men, and and he had like I suppose got fired from the show, and so when the Charlie Sheen roast aired, it aired immediately after the very first episode that featured Ashton Kutcher.
Oh wow!
Right, Ashton Kutcher replaced him, and so on the whatever the network this premiere with the Ashton Kutcher season was, the Charlie Sheen roast on Comedy Central aired immediately afterwards. So we watched both of them in Charlie Sheen's living room with Charlie Sheen, and he didn't know what how they killed off his character. He didn't know what the fuck they did after he left. So we're sitting there in the living room with fucking Charlie Sheen while he watches this
the death of Charlie Sheen.
And it was like they had like he had died, and they had his urn with the ashes, and then like someone like bumbles it and like throws the fucking thing. There's the ashes go everywhere. There's a huge cloud, and as the cloud of ashes like comes down, Ashton Kutcher appears in the background, like, and Charlie watches that and he goes, "Oh shit, I got to give it to him. That's good." You know? He didn't know what to expect, and so then that same night, I'm like, "Hey, dude, Charlie, let's get a photo, take a selfie, me and Charlie Sheen," and I take the selfie, and then I'm like walking around, and I'm thinking, and I go over to Jeff Ross, and I go, "Dude, check it out, we're in the world's," I said, "I think we're in the world's most expensive crack house." And so I go over to Charlie Sheen. I go over to Charlie and I'm like, "Dude, can I tweet this photo with the caption that says, 'I think I'm in the world's most expensive crack house'?" And Charlie says, "Hilarious, go for it, yeah, you know, it's fucking great, I love it." And so I did, and then I had one of my stand-up shows, like local in somewhere in California that weekend. So I'm on the news the next morning, and someone like the lady, like, she's like, "Oh, can I interview you from my thing or whatever?" And she goes, "Is Charlie Sheen sober?" And I said, "I don't know, I don't think so." And because I said that, and because I tweeted about the crack house, I got a fucking phone call from his manager, this dude, he lived next door to him. The dude was furious, and I was like, "Fuck!" I didn't mean to rock the boat or upset anyone, but so then I got a hold of Charlie. He said, "I don't fucking care." The same situation as with Mike.
That's awesome.
But yeah, man, fuck, that whole Charlie Sheen situation is crazy.
You still talk to him ever?
Yeah, have you ever heard from him?
I haven't, but now I saw that he posted that he's been sober for over a year now, which is great.
That's
you know,
good.
it's great that. But I mean, I can only imagine like the legal situations that he's in now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, talk about like. Talk about having a lot and then like
he was just on top of the world. You know what I mean? He just got on top. Everybody was like, "What the fuck?" Charlie blew up.
Dude, he had like. Especially even when he left the 2.5 Men, he turned that into this like unprecedented anger management contract that guaranteed like 90 episodes or something. Yeah, but in any case, from the Charlie Sheen roast, right? This is the greatest fucking story ever. This is the fucking greatest story ever, and like you'd think like, man, it's crazy. I broke my nose on Mike Tyson's fist at the Charlie Sheen roast, which, by the way, is, in my estimation, the fucking coolest way you could possibly break your nose. You know, like
Steve-O, I don't know, man. I don't know, dude.
But understand how beautiful it was, because the Charlie Sheen roast was 2011, right?